Welcome to Odds.com's continuing MLB playoff coverage, and the Astros have forced a Game 7. The team everybody hates has fought back from a 3-0 deficit. And I shouldn't say everyone hates, but a huge group of baseball fans, of sports fans, hate on this squad, and they have shown a ton of heart behind 71-year-old manager Dusty Baker and have now tied up this series 3-3. Nolly, let's start with this. How do you not back the Astros here? I have. I've already moved on the Astros money line at plus 100 and the team total over 3.5. They have Big Mo, Nolly. How do you get in the way of them? I'm not getting in the way of them. I'm jumping on. Am I too late to the party? We'll find out tomorrow night at 8:37 p.m. Eastern. But let's start here, Nolly. How do you not back the Astros in Game 7?
I get with everything you're saying. You know, these guys have shown tremendous heart to be able to come down from 3-0 to be able to tie it up. That is something difficult to do, to beat a team 3 times in a row, even harder to do it 4. And this team, like you said, has been riding all the momentum. And the big thing is they've been there and done that. And that's one thing that makes them scary going here into the Game 7. They played multiple Game 7s. They've been in this spot. Now they got Dusty Baker, who they've been thriving off of. They've been feeding off of him. You know, that's a player's coach, a guy that a lot of guys have liked in the past, kind of gets guys going. You see Correa's feeding off of them. And, yeah, they're a scary bunch. But on the other side, you do got one of the best teams in Major League Baseball, a team that can do it all. You know, they can hit well. They play defense well. They pitch well. So can't necessarily just count them out in the Game 7. It's not that simple. One thing is I am excited to be sitting here talking about a Game 7, albeit I thought the Astros were done. I was kind of hoping they were done. I mean, I'm not too happy with them, what they did, but that's a different story for a different day. But here, Game 7, I'm excited to be talking about it. And, yeah, they got a great shot.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what happened in Game 6. I lost my full game under 8. I couldn't get the 4.5 first 5. There was only 4s available, so I didn't bet that. I would have lost that. I lost my Rays -1 bet. I would say the turning point in this series, Nolly, was Game 4. Rays are up 3-0. 6th inning. Greinke is in trouble. Dusty Baker comes out into the mound. Everybody's expecting him to bring in a reliever, and he puts his faith in Greinke. He trusts Greinke, his best arm. And what does Greinke do? Couple strikeouts, finishes the inning. They go on to win 4-3. Here we are talking about a Game 7. Similar situation happened in Game 6. Blake Snell looked excellent. He looked better than Greinke looked in Game 4. And he walked the batter. Then we had a single that just found a hole through the infield, a BABIP situation, a lucky situation. And then Cash comes out, and he pulls him for Castillo. Castillo gets touched. Next thing you know, it's 4-1, and Snell feels like his manager doesn't believe in him. What do you think of the giant move, bringing in Castillo and pulling Snell in the 5th inning?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for me sitting here on the sideline to say, but, I mean, I didn't like the move. I thought Blake Snell looked really good today. I thought his pitches were on. His curveball was on. The slider was on. 2 pitches that he had to have in order to have a successful day, and they were on. You know, and those 2 little things, that being able to walk that guy in that little hit to get 2 guys on, it did. To me, it was, I had no fear. You know, we talked about it in the video when they had runners in scoring position and how that batting average drops. You know, this is a big-time pitcher. So I wanted him. I mean, out of anybody and they had, no matter who in their bullpen, that's who I wanted on the mound at that time. Nobody better, in my opinion. I thought Cash a little overmanaged in this spot. Like I said, but who am I to say? But he typically does a really good job with the bullpen. You know, a guy that I like to back. I like to back what they do a lot of times with the unders, especially live, because he won't let a game get out of hand. And so, I mean, this time it just didn't work out, but I thought it was the wrong move. I mean, but that was the first time they were able to get to Castillo, though. So the guy's been lights out. It's against these Astros, and throughout the playoffs. So, I mean, can't just say I told you so or anything like that with Castillo coming in either, you know. So that wasn't expected either. But I mean, hats off to the Astros, you know.
These Astros are playing with a ton of heart right now. Let's talk Game 7. Petco Park, San Diego, 75 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 5 miles per hour, sideways across the diamond. Lance McCullers, Charlie Morton. Lance McCullers coming off TJ surgery, 3-3 this year, 3.93 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, 55 innings, 56 Ks, 20 walks. He has looked very strong in the postseason. 0-1, 4.09 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, almost the same WHIP they had regular season, but 16 Ks and 1 walk in 11 innings. Going up against Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton, 2-2, 4.74 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 38 innings, 42 Ks, 10 walks. He had the shoulder inflammation during the season. He's come back, and he's looked good. 2-0, 0.90 ERA, 1.20 WHIP in the postseason, 11 Ks, 3 walks in 10 innings. This is the rematch of Game 2. And in Game 2, McCullers looked very strong. The Astros lost that game, 4-2. But he went 7 innings. He allowed 4 runs on 2 homers, but only 1 earned run, 11 Ks, 0 walks. And then we get to Morton. 5 innings, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 walk. Takes 96 pitches to get through 5. Hasn't thrown 100 pitches all year. In 11 starts, he went over 5 innings just once. 5 2/3, third start of the year against the Red Sox. Who has the starting pitching advantage in Game 7?
That's a difficult question for me when I look at these two pitchers. These are two guys that have been there before, mind you, not both in Game 7s, but in the similar situation, pitching in the playoffs. And these guys are two guys that have shown success recently, and not by any luck. One thing that I am looking at is the strikeouts. You know, I look at Lance McCullers, the amount of strikeouts he was able to get last time, and the amount of strikeouts these Tampa Bay Rays have been getting a lot. This is a team that led the major leagues at over 10 strikeouts per game, and I expect that to continue here in the playoffs. Maybe looking at a strikeout prop, something that I've maybe been sleeping on, to tell you the truth. But I think that's a tough question. If anything, I would like to say Lance McCullers, but that's difficult. I mean, I like the ground ball rate that he's had throughout the season this year, one of the highest of his career. But on the other side, Charlie Morton's shown that his ability to pitch in a big time situation, so that weighs heavily in my mind.
Morton's been on the mound in a Game 7 winning World Series situation. Let's go to how these offenses work against righties. During the regular season, almost the exact same average in OPS versus righties. Astros 244, 727 OPS. Rays 238, 728 OPS. We get to the postseason, and this Astros team that dealt with a bunch of injuries throughout the regular season, they're healthy and smashing. 279, 809 OPS against righties in the postseason compared to this Rays team, 201, 667 OPS during the regular season. We have a big advantage with the bats for the Astros. They know Morton well. That's enough to push me over the edge. I think the team total over 3.5. It's juiced. It's minus 130 at my book. I'll take it. And the Astros to win at plus 100. Am I coming to the party late? Possibly. Are there Astros fans watching this right now going, Jimmy, don't do it. Don't jinx my boys. Possibly. But I'm doing it. I'm back in the Astros. How can you not? Do you have a move that you are planning on making in Game 7 ALCS? Nolly knows.
I'll tell you, Jimmy, that in a Game 7, it's always difficult for me to try to jump on the side. As a fan, I love watching it. And so typically on these type of games, I'm going to be looking at a total. And in a Game 7, I automatically am going to look towards the under. The way I'll probably be looking to attack is try to attack the first 5 unders again here in this game. I like the way both the pitchers were able to come in here and succeed. And being that it's a Game 7, I don't expect the bats to just come in here and explode. This is a tough situation, not normal for most people to be in, and I don't expect them to just be able to come up and put hits together. Both pitchers were able to pitch extremely well. And the other thing I might be looking at is a Lance McCullers strikeout prop over. He was able to get 11 last time with 0 walks. His command looked extremely well down the stretch. A guy that pitched pretty well. A lot of people are down on him coming in, but a guy that's coming off of injury, didn't pitch for a while, kind of came back into it slowly, and he's looked extremely well. And I'm looking at a first 5 under here.
This first 5 is heavily juiced to the over, up to minus 125 to the over at the books that are offering it. Again, it's 2:45 a.m. Eastern time. It's late, man. And this could be a 4.5 when we wake up. Do you think it's a chance that there's a 4.5 here?
Yeah, I really do. The way that everything transpired, especially the last few days, Game 7, people like to try to bet the over. I think most people like betting the over, but I'm hoping that I do as well. Same thing I'm hoping for in the Atlanta game. I think in this game more so than the other one, but that's what I'm going to be trying to attack is more so the 4.5.
What a exciting Game 7 situation. We have Nolly Nose is going to wait and watch this market. The 4 right now is at minus 125 to the over at the books that have it available. Not available in my book right now. And if it gets to 4.5, Nolly's going to take the under. Myself, Astros team total over 3.5. Astros money line. Man. Am I going to miss the party and show up for the funeral? Possibly. But I'm jumping on. Am I too late? Possibly. But I like it. And I can't get in the way of them. And watching them succeed here when everyone's cheering against them is fun to watch. Cheering on Dusty Baker is fun to watch. I'm locked in. Nolly knows. Any last words? Game 7 ALCS.
I want to say I'm be cheering for you, Jimmy, but there's no way I'll be cheering for the Astros here. You know what I mean? So, good luck to you, brother. But yeah, but good luck to everybody, man. Thank you for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and check us out on Twitter, odds110, and get paid. Have a great, great weekend, a great, great Saturday, and we will see you guys soon.